Hey, how you doing? This is JJ with Deluxe Vehicle Detailing and Paint Correction in beautiful Largo, Florida. I'm about to show you my spin method after you wash your pads, which I have a video of previously shot. I mentioned that I spin them on my DA, which I showed, and then I just mentioned that I also put them in the washing machine on the spin cycle. So, let me show you how that second part goes right now. Let me flip you around. Alrighty, that was real awkward. So here's my washing machine. This is an older Kenmore. Let me bring you in here. And it's a heavy-duty 80 series, and it's got the water level, it's got the temperature level, and then it's got this selection control. I didn't really move things out of the way to show the lighting too well. This is the important part here. See the gray spinning? Well, there's the gray spinning cycle. So, on this, I simply push the knob in, and get ready to hit the spin cycle. Now, here's my bucket of pads from doing paint correction the other day. They had been soaking in some Simple Green, and I had rinsed them out real good, and then I shot them with a 5-to-1 solution of Simple Green just for a little additional cleaning. I used my Tough and Shine brush to brush and hose them out real good. And it's raining outside. I don't know if you can see that. There's my little decrepit work table outside. And we've got a rainy, kind of cooler day. We just got a cold front here in beautiful Largo, Florida. But here's what I want to show you. Here's my pads that I used for my correction the other day. I have mostly the Lake Country Force pads. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in the washer, and I'm going to put them foam side out. So here we have our 2, our 3, hope I'm not making you dizzy here, our 4. There's a 3-inch pad, little tight spots. These are all 5.5 inch. Now, I didn't even squeeze these out. These are relatively wet. You can see the water dripping off of them there as I expertly capture with my old crappy cell phone. There's a Lake Country polishing pad. I did a epoxy. I mainly used Griot's Garage Fast Correcting Cream on the paint correction. I also used this. This is an interesting pad. I showed it to you on my pad washing. This is the Lake Country Hybrid Wool Foam Hybrid. This is a 5.5 inch pad, and I did this for the hood, which needed the main correction on a black Lexus that had an absolutely hammered paint job. It was terrible. I made it look perfect, of course. My SD card ran out of film as I was doing the last, so if you saw the first one on the Lexus and then the second one. Okay, everybody got that? I ran out of memory on the D3200 Nikon I'm using for filming. So anyway, here we are. We're in the spin cycle. Not yet, but we're on the spin cycle. I'm going to close the lid because it won't spin without it, and pull the knob. So there you go. My pads are spinning. These pads were wet. I mean, soaking wet. I didn't even squeeze them. I was working outside there in the rain. There was no reason to even try it. And so I thought, as I normally squeeze them out, I normally put them on the DA and spin them on about a 3 inside of a bucket for about, maybe 30 seconds. They're pretty dry. And then I put them in the spin. And I'll tell you what, they're like ready to use. If you only have a limited amount of pads, you'd be okay doing that. Try and get you a little of me here. Not that you want to see me, but I think this is the best 1-2 combo punch you could possibly do, especially if you only have, maybe 10 pads and you're just doing it on a car-by-car basis, and you're changing pads frequently, and you need to get to your next car tomorrow, or however long it might be. But this is an effective way to spin your pad drive. Once with the DA, twice right here, kids. All right, so let's spin probably about a minute or so. Let's stop this. It's about halfway through the spin cycle. Let's look. Look, everything is still all lined up, short of these two little hand applicator pads that I use to get into really tight spots, like behind these side mirrors and such. All right, let's check out the wool pad. It's not dry, but there's nothing in it. It's good. Here's the real soft, cushy foam pad. I'm squeezing that as hard as I can. Not a drop. And lastly, the